You know, I grew up fishing in freshwater where you could always target a species. You went fishing for one kind of fish and pretty much that's what you caught. I'm becoming a better saltwater angler, and I'm learning that many times when you go fishing, you don't know what you're going to catch on any given cast. Well, that's very much going to be the case on this week's episode. We're going fishing in the Gulf of Mexico, a type of fishing that I've never done before, and I am so pumped about it. Stay with us. Going to be a great half hour coming up. This is Fox Sports Outdoors.
It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southeast region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors.
Hey everybody, I'm so glad you're along with us because we're in for a big treat in the next half hour. I'd like to welcome you into the Gulf Shores Orange Beach area, the Gulf Coast of Alabama. Now, if you'll recall, we were actually here in this area about a year ago. We went to Mobile Bay and fished with Captain Patrick Garmison, and we landed a giant triple tail, my first ever. I want to roll in some video here to show you what this big boy looked like. We caught him off of a floating log in the middle of the bay, fought him for a long time, finally got the fish aboard, and it bottomed out a 15-pound scale, weighed somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 pounds, which is a true trophy triple tail. Now on this week's episode, we're going to do something completely different. We're going to take the Mako 21 LTS out in the Gulf. We've got a pretty calm morning this morning, not much wind blowing, which allows us to go out in the Gulf. We're going to fish some drilling rigs. Many species of fish live out there, and I can't tell you what we're going to catch, but I can promise you we're in for a lot of fun. So the next time you see me, we'll have the Mako launched out in the Gulf. We'll meet up with Captain Patrick Garmison, and we'll see what bites on this week's episode. Hey, this is going to be really exciting. And while we're out doing that, we're taking you around the region for your weekly fishing reports from our team of insider reporters. Stay with us right now. We're going to get this thing started back at the FSN studios. Here's your weekend planner.
Hi everybody. According to the Salooner tables, game fish should be more active over the weekend on Sunday than on Saturday. The peak daylight hours will start at 10:07 a.m. on Sunday, and the best evening action will begin at 10:28. Expect sunrise to take place at 6:50 in the morning, with sunset happening at 5:31 p.m. And night skies will be lit by a moon that is only 14% visible. We'll be right back with all of the current fishing reports from around the area. And I'll return with 2004 Angler of the Year, Gerald Swindle, to answer your Ask the Pro question. Back in a bit.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Tracker Boats. It's more than just a boat, it's a tracker. By Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there. By Mercury Marine, official outboard of Fox Sports Outdoors. And by Lowrance Electronics. Find, navigate, dominate.
Got him hooked?
Made a good first run. I'm not sure what it is there.
Well, you can see we've made it out in the Gulf of Mexico with Captain Patrick Garmison, and pulled up to a rig out here out of Gulf Shores, Orange Beach area. Gotten a look at him yet?
No, I haven't seen it. I think it's a bonita.
I'm your net man.
All right. Hey, but I don't care what it is, as long as it's pulling hard, right?
Boy, you do get stuff that pulls hard out here, that's for sure.
Plenty of hard. Pretty sure it's a bonita.
Wow, what a cool fight. Man, now he's going in circles.
Yep, definitely a bonita. There he is.
What is it, bonita?
Yep, bonita.
Wow, look at this beautiful fish. We've never had one of these caught on our show, and we have now. Look at that thing. Man, what a great looking fish. All right, so that's a bonita, huh?
That's a bonita.
Wow.
A little tuning. He swallowed the hook.
Yeah, so we'll be popping that off. We're out here on these rigs. I'll tell you, we've had a heck of a day. We've waited out 2 or 3 big thunderstorms that have rolled through, and the wind associated with them. just got back on this rig and just got the baits down. Caught it on a pogie. And you said these fish really don't care whether the pogie's alive or dead, right? You just they just want food.
They're just out here eating.
Wow. Right now, let's get started with some fishing reports for you.
This part of the program is brought to you by Shenandoah Plantation, located in the heart of Alabama's famed and game-rich Black Belt region, where quail, duck, turkey, and deer hunting are still done in an upscale Old South tradition. Cool weather's really turned on fishing throughout the southeast coast. In Mississippi, for example, trout fishing has been great in the rivers. The fish are starting to move up out of the Gulf up into the rivers to spend the winter, and anglers are finding pods of fish. These are nice trout, 2 to 4 pounds, being caught on grub jigs and live shrimp with either float rigs or popping corks. The red fishing also has been good there, plenty of slot fish in the marsh areas. Captain Sonny Schindler in Bay St. Louis has had some rough weather to deal with when it's windy, but he's been catching plenty of trout and redfish in that Cat Island area, and some of those other barrier islands are also holding some fish along the coast of Mississippi. In Georgia, trout fishing also has been good. Captain Tim Cutting and Greg Hildreth are both doing well on trout. They're having some 20 fish days, and there are some fish going to 2 to 3 pounds being caught with popping corks and live shrimp. Both those charter captains also are catching redfish. Captain Cutting is concentrating more on the slot fish on the inside areas. Captain Greg Hildreth has been catching some very large bull redfish. Most of those fish are released. He's had days with fish to 40 pounds and catching up to 20 redfish in a morning of action. That's great fishing along the Georgia coast now for these big, beautiful bull reds. In Alabama, the trout fishing has been good. They're catching some redfish too. Captain Kevin Olmsted has been leading the anglers to good catches of trout, and that fishing will only get better as the weather continues to cool through the autumn.
This week's Freshwater Report is brought to you by Endless River Adventures in the Nantahala River Gorge, offering whitewater canoe, kayak, and fly fishing adventures in western North Carolina. Professional instruction or adventure vacations. Come play with us. www.endlessriveradventures.com. Now, as we enter November, the winter weather still hasn't arrived, and conditions are good for angling across the region. In northwest Georgia, it's a good bet this week to head up to Blue Ridge Lake for some smallmouth bass fishing. This impoundment on the Toccoa River still has a population of smallies, but you need to get over there right now. Illegally stocked spotted bass are crowding them out in the Peach State's last reservoir smallmouth fishery. In the mornings, you want to be throwing small popping lures like a pop-R over the long points, and if there's rocks on those points, that's even better. Fish from the shore out to about the 12-foot depth. Once the sun's on the water, switch over to a brown jig and pig or a jig head with a green pumpkin finesse worm. In Alabama, there's smallmouth bass action this week in the tailwater below Wilson Dam in the headwaters of Pickwick Lake. It's best to be fishing when they're releasing water, and these fish can run up to 6 pounds. The Oxbow Lakes along the Mississippi and Big Black Rivers in Mississippi are good for white bass this week as well. You want to be targeting these fish on hard bottom ledges or around boat ramps.
Hey everybody, we're here on the rigs at Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, and I want to show you what we're rigging. That's a pogie right there. Boy, he is a lively one too. Captain Patrick caught that in a cast net, and I'm just using my heavy bass tackle. This is a 7.5 foot heavy action Lew's custom speed stick, and we're free lining this. There's no weight, and I'm just throwing it out there on a kind of a medium cast, and then we're just letting the pogie swim free out there, and the bites that we're getting, fish that are hitting us are up in that top 8-10 feet of water, and they're coming up and hitting the bait.
That's a snapper.
You think?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a snapper. Get him out there, Barry.
Putting as much pressure on him as I can put on him.
He keeping you down in there? Oh yeah. It's acting like a snapper, going straight into the structure like that, and the straight down. Don't let him whip you, Barry.
Here he comes, here's the leader.
There he is.
Snapper! I got a snapper! Yes! Hey, look at here!
That's a good one right there,
Man! Oh my gosh, look at the size of him. Oh man, fishing these rigs is incredible. You saw the fight. He fought and he fought and he fought. And this is what you can catch out here on these rigs. You said this is a good one, huh?
Yeah, it's a nice one. He's probably, we can see what he weighs. He's probably a
Got it.
7-8 pounder, I guess. 6 pounder.
All right.
Good eater.
I caught me a red snapper right there, ladies and gentlemen. First one of my entire life.
He's 9.5.
9.5 pound red snapper. Just like that. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's my first ever red snapper right there. And I had a blast catching it right here at Gulf Shores in Orange Beach. All right. I'm gonna catch my breath. We're gonna keep this fish in the box. We'll get you some fishing reports right now from where you live. Yes!
Hey guys, welcome to this week's Tennessee and Kentucky Fishing Report. You know, it is a wonderful time to be on the water in Tennessee and Kentucky. The weather's beautiful, the scenery, the foliage is incredible. The waterfowl are migrating, and you know what? Most of the recreational traffic is over. And a lot of the anglers are climbing trees and deer hunting and getting ready for hunting season, so it's really opened the water up to where there's not a whole lot of pressure out here right now. But the good news is the fish are really biting. The air temperatures has been very comfortable. It's a great time of year to get out here and just enjoy nature. But the water temperatures have gotten right too, and that's what makes the fishing good. When that water temperature starts falling, the bait fish make just a mass exodus into shallow water, and that just sparks the food chain. If you're bass fishing right now in the Tennessee and Kentucky region, look shallow. Top waters, lipless crankbaits, shallow running crankbaits, spinner baits, swim baits, pretty much all you need. You could probably catch them other ways, but if you want to maximize your time on the water, that's the way to go. And crappie are doing the same thing. The crappie bite's really good right now. Brush piles and stake beds that are in those little shallow transition areas. Just a piece of plastic, you just go throw it through there and you'll get bit. Guys, if you want to enjoy all that fishing and nature has to offer in Kentucky and Tennessee, right now's the time. We'd love to see you here. God bless.
Hey, before we head out to a quick break, I want to show you some video. We had one more species for you. Captain Patrick hooked a Spanish mackerel and got it right up to the boat. Lost it, but it was a pretty decent fish. That's just an average Spanish mackerel for you right there, just one more species. 3 quick things before we head out to a quick break. First of all, you don't need a boat if you come to Gulf Shores or Orange Beach. It's nice to have one, but if you don't have one, come anyway, because they have the second longest fishing pier in the entire Gulf of Mexico. It's right across the street from the zip lines. That's how you can locate it. Next up, we got a chance to go to the Blue Marlin Grand Championship. Just so happened that it was going on while we were here. Huge crowd at the wharf. They weighed in a great big blue marlin that weighed over 700 pounds. Several other big ones as well. There were wahoo, there were mahi-mahi, there were tuna, all kinds of huge fish that were weighed in. Again, just a great example of some of the deep sea fishing that's available right here out of the Gulf Shores, Orange Beach area as well. And finally, going to give you some information here if you'd like to book your own trip. Here's Captain Patrick Garmison's telephone number if you'd like to contact him, and some other ways that you can contact him as well. And if you'd like to book a rental unit while you're here, you want to get in touch with the folks at Brett Robinson Vacations. They're one of the largest collections of beachfront condos, hotels, and beach houses on the entire Alabama Gulf Coast, with nearly 2,000 rental units, 1 to 8 bedrooms with direct Gulf or bay views. They've got lazy river pools, water slides, indoor-outdoor pools, beachside grill areas, racquetball courts, tennis courts, fitness centers. They're located 35 miles west of Pensacola, 45 miles east of Mobile, Alabama. That's where we stayed. It is a fantastic way to book your trip right here to Gulf Shores. We'll be right back for more fishing.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. By Lew's, setting a new standard of fishing performance. Feel the difference. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. With our baits, a good day of fishing is in the bag. And by Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability.
You got one on, Patrick? All right. He took it back toward the rig, and then now he's turned around and coming back the other way. Don't let him get in the outboard. Kingfish. All right, here we go. Got him. All right. Kingfish. All right, that's the first kingfish that's ever been caught on our show. And I told you that we could catch some of everything out here, and sure enough,
Yeah, these teeth have been cutting us off all day.
we've been getting bites like crazy, and they've just been sawing us off, and you can see why, because of those teeth. There is a kingfish right there. All right, there we
All right.
go. There's a nice kingfish for you right there. First one on our show. That's what you can do out here. Now, Patrick, explain what these fish are doing out here around these rigs. Why is he here?
There's an abundance of bait. I mean, when you have an offshore structure like this, it's just going to be a haven for bait fish. Most of what's out here are going to be like hardtails, pogies, the LYs as we call them around here. In Florida, they call them greenbacks. But it's just an abundance of bait.
Back he goes. He gets to go bite for somebody else that comes here on vacation. All right, we're gonna get re-rigged here, cast back out, see if we can catch another fish of some kind. While we do that, you get fishing reports from where you live.
Hey folks, it's time for your Carolinas Report, brought to you by Marshall's Marine, located in Lake City and Georgetown, South Carolina. We're your bass boat leader since 1969. For all your nitro and bass tracker needs, visit www.marshallsmarine.com. Real quick, first off, I want to talk about the saltwater side of things and let you know that my John Payne Memorial Hooks for Hearts tournament is coming up November 20th and 21st. The competition will be on the 21st here in Murrells Inlet. It's a trout tournament, a great tournament for the American Heart Association. We've been doing this now, this is our 10th year. We've raised over $25,000 for the American Heart Association. For more information, please visit our Facebook page at John Payne Memorial Hooks for Hearts. Also in the offshore side of things, the Wahoo Bite and the Martinis Hookahoo Rodeo has been incredible. Lots of boats have been bringing in 50, 60-pound fish with limits being caught. There is an incredible fishery on the offshore side of things this time of the year. Find a good day, get out there. And as I always say, if you find bait, you'll find a fish, especially when it comes to the Wahoo. Moving inshore, the king mackerel bite continues to be really good. The water temperatures are only dipping down now in the mid-60s, so we're going to see those king mackerel on those live bottoms probably over the next couple weeks. And back in the inshore fisheries, those bull drum continue to be incredible. Whether it's in Little River, whether it's off of Murrells Inlet, whether it's Georgetown or Charleston, the big bull drum are still here. Get out there, use some heavier tackle. You'll have a great fight this time of the year with some unbelievable beasts that, yes, while you cannot kill them or harvest them, these are the fish that give us our redfish for the future. You can get out and have a great time, whether it's with kids or with adults, but these redfish are a great beast to battle with this time of the year.
There's a bite, there's a bite. Got him. Fish on. It's a real heavy fish, straight down. I have no idea what has bit me. There goes a big long run. He just ran out about 20 yards of line right then. So we'll fight it here. It's a little sharp. Well, it's a bite, but it's not what we're after. You can get out here and drift around these rigs. We're out here on the deeper rigs. Now, you saw last year, we were up in Mobile Bay and we were catching speckled trout like crazy, nice ones, 2.5 to 4.5, 5 pound speckled trout. Oh, here, we'll show this shark right quick. Can't believe you're actually handling that dude. You're a brave dude.
All right, we'll let him go.
Yep, back he goes. Man, something hits it and they just take off, and it can just be a complete rodeo out here. You don't know what you're gonna catch. Could be a kingfish, Spanish mackerel, big bull redfish. There's just all kinds of fish. Bonito, shark, everything swims around out here around these rigs.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Exide AGM Marine Batteries. Starts like new, stays like new longer. By Motor Guide Trolling Motors. Introducing the XI5 for ultimate boat control. And by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Champions aren't born, they're made.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for your Ask the Pro question. This week, Eddie wants to know, what species do pros target for fun fishing? We checked with 2004 Angler of the Year Gerald Swindle for his answer.
Crappie. I even some crappie. I fun fish a lot. I love to crappie fish, and I even catfish a lot at night in the summertime. And people say, man, how can you fish for a living and still go home and fish? Because I simply love to fish.
Thanks, Gerald. If you have a question for one of the anglers, please visit our website, follow the Ask the Pro link on the right side of the page, and let us know. Now one of our viewers is going to win a new pair of sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
Back at the Phoenix condos managed by Brett Robinson Vacations, we are back after a great day's fishing out on the Gulf of Mexico. Someone wins free Costa sunglasses each and every week here on the show, and here's this week's winner. He is Mike Bowlby of Cornelius, North Carolina, showing a 9 1/2 pound largemouth bass he caught at Sheeran Harris Reservoir in North Carolina. If you'd like to be our next winner, just go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. On the right side of the front page, click in the Costa Catch of the Week area, follow the instructions, and enter your big fish photo. And if you'd like to see all of the Costa products, go to their website by clicking back to the front page of our site and clicking on the Costa logo. There you'll see all their great frame and lens styles, like the frame style I was wearing on this week's episode, and this one is called Rockport, and I was wearing the camo frame. Next up on the Academy Right Stuff, I want to give you the information one more time in case you'd like to book a trip here to Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Alabama, and catch any of the species of fish you saw us catching on this week's episode, including the Gulf species, or you can go inshore, catch the speckled trout, redfish, several other species there as well. And don't forget, there's the deep sea fishing offshore. Contact Captain Patrick Garmison. The information you see there on your screen, and he'll get you out there on any of these fish, get you set up for your entire vacation, your corporate event, or your party. Also, if you want to book a place to stay, you can book a fine beach house or a condo or a hotel through Brett Robinson Vacations. The information you see on your screen, book a beautiful place like the place that we stayed here at the Phoenix. Back in 1965, Otis Redding wrote and sang a song entitled R-E-S-P-E-C-T. But it wasn't until 1967 that Aretha Franklin sang that song, and it became a massive hit. You know, respect is a very interesting thing. If you don't have it, it can eat away at your self-worth and self-esteem. But it's not something you can get on demand or in a short period of time. Not in society, not in relationships, not in business. Respect is earned by living a life of honesty and integrity over a long period of time. You can't get respect on demand, you must earn it. I hope you enjoyed our trip today to beautiful Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, Alabama, right here in the Gulf of Mexico. Hey, don't forget, we'll be on next week in our normal time slot at 6 p.m. Thursday with the repeat airing Sunday morning at 8:30. And don't forget, you can always watch the latest episode of our show 24/7 on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. You can also catch up on all the archives, all the past episodes, and a bunch of product and how-to videos as well. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and it's on that Twitter feed at the address you see on your screen, where we give away lots of great free fishing gear right here. From the beautiful Gulf Coast of Alabama, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.